Hey, welcome back to another Poem Mass video. So, I don't know. So, we got the Halloween banner, right? The Halloween rerun, as they do pretty much every year, right? Although, the banners are different. And this year, they gave out, like, this step-up-ish kind of banner, right? It's like tiered banner. Obviously, it's paid gems only, right? And then you have the regular banner here as well. And it's just the four, right? 0.5% each on the regular banner, should be the same on this banner as well, right? Yep, 0.5% each, so add up to 2%. Chance of getting a specific one is relatively low. So again, if you're trying to like chase one of these, unless you have enough for scout points, whether scout points or you know, the end of this one, you gotta be ready to go all in if you really want a specific one. Rather than, you know, either one of the four is fine, right? And yeah, it's what? Fall Morty, Caitlyn, the Hilbert, and Acerola. These 4 units. And yeah, I mean, if you really do have paid gems, I guess, and you can't afford it, and you have like a lot of extra paid gems lying around that you really just want to use, then you could go for it. But it's not a banner I would particularly, you know, recommend going for. Even if you are using paid gems, again, unless you're just a massive whale, then sure, whatever, right? But if you're not, this is definitely not something like, even though you do get a guaranteed one, right? You get a guaranteed 5-star at tier 5, and or not, well, not guaranteed, but you get to pick one, basically, right? You get to pick one, so you're guaranteed to get whichever one of the 4 that you want. But let's see what else we got here. This is a great scout ticket, 25% chance. Is it 25% chance? Okay. The featured sync pairs have a 25%. Okay, so it's not like 25% for one of each. It's 25% total, so it's like 25 divided by 4 for a specific one. So, okay, 6.25% chance for each one of them, right? It seems. And then you also get a few more 5-star power-ups as well. All that stuff. Obviously, it's discounted. This and that. How many gems is this total? 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 7,000. And that's what, 10k gems, I think, something like that. It's not a lot for a guaranteed unit, but it's still a lot of gems. And look, the biggest thing, like the biggest reason why I really don't think this is a good banner to really pull on, it's not even like, you know, the gems thing. It's just, I don't feel like any of these units are really that great anymore, right? I mean, to be fair, some of them weren't ever great to begin with. But like, if you look at like all the seasonal units, right, I feel like Halloween generally, like on average, minus this year's, because obviously this year's are nice, right? But you know, outside of like this year's Halloween units, Halloween generally has like the lowest like average of like good units, right? I mean, the best Halloween unit, of these 4, right, in my opinion, is Fall Caitlyn. And if you are going for a guaranteed one, I would recommend maybe picking Fall Caitlyn over the other 3, right? I'll be sure to have her. But well, I number 1 recommend, if you are actually spending money on this, you better get whichever one's your favorite. Because, again, like, even call Fall Caitlyn, like, she's nice, but she's also not, like 10k paid gems nice, right? So yeah, that's the major issue with the banners. Just the units aren't that good, right? Obviously, Acerola is one of the Fall Acerola is genuinely one of like the bottom 5, 10 symbol units in the game, I'd say, right? She is very not useful, and you could say, oh well, with Ghost Rebuff and Ghost Zone together. First of all, the Ghost Rebuff unit doesn't even work super well with her, right? I mean, it's, you know, it doesn't really help her max out her physical attack for one. Because Alistair's a special special support, right? And yeah, she's just not very good. She's just not very good. And then same thing with Morty, right? Morty is basically fall Acerola reskinned, changed a few things here and there, right? Changed what, the fusion thing to like burn, and he is a bit more consistent than fall Acerola. I think he has a lower ceiling, but regardless, you know, both of them are not that great. Hilbert's okay, right? Hilbert is okay. He could give you some solid numbers off of Double Edge, but the other thing about Double Edge is his recoil reduction is not that great, or mitigation is not that great. So he will die relatively fast if you are trying to, you know, Double Edge the opponent, which is the stronger move, which is why I kind of like Crunch more, even though Crunch doesn't do as much damage. One, it doesn't, you know, he doesn't take himself out, and two, the extra defense debuffs, chances of defense debuffs are nice. But also, I mean, if you are looking for like a dark type damage dealer, he would not be the first on my list to go for, right? And then again, that just leaves Fall Caitlyn, which is a solid attack buffer, like just a solid, you know, just solid support, physical attack buffer slash tank. That doesn't buff crit, you know. I mean, it gives you speed, gives you physical defense, gives you special defense, gives you physical attack and heal as well on this, you know, sync. So yeah, it has the shields and stuff, right? Yeah, she's just a really nice support that buffs a lot of different things. Again, she's definitely not like a top tier support that, you know, if you miss out on her, it's like a big deal or whatever. No, it's definitely not. But she's nice to have, I'd say. She's definitely nice to have. So yeah, that's why I don't really recommend spending her gems. I like even pay gems on this banner. If you really want to, again, maybe pick up Fall Caitlyn or slash whichever is your favorite, right? Even if your favorite is like, you know, you just love, you're an Acerola fan, then sure, go for it if you have the money, right? But otherwise, yeah, definitely not something you want to pull. Like, even if you just, you know, you want a Halloween unit, like, okay, I've never pulled a Halloween unit before, I want a Halloween unit. Pull like the new units, man. The new, either Alistair or Iris are both better, right? They're well, at least more useful, we'll say, right? So yeah, these two are definitely better. I'd say these two are the two of the better seasonals overall, right? I mean, if you look at Halloween and like, you know, the other ones are not that great, but if you count these two, it does bring the overall average up quite a bit, right? Just bring it up quite a bit. So yeah, I mean, if you really want to fall unit, pull for these two. These are tempting. I mean, the discounts, the extra free, the tickets, right? It's tempting, but I'd say just don't fall into this trap. I really don't think it's worth it. But anyways, yeah. Speaking of, after me, you know, going on about how much it's not worth pulling on, let's do some quick dailies over here on them. Dailies aren't that bad generally, so if we get one, it's fine. If we don't, what, 100 gems, right? Per. So it's like 300 now, and then it's like these, but yeah, yeah, unless you're a huge fan of these units, I really wouldn't say go for it. Even if you want, like, you know, even if you're thinking, oh, Fall Caitlyn, yeah, she's nice, but she's definitely not worth it, right? At this conjuncture, with Vilnar coming up, even if you're like she's super hellbent on trying to go for it, I mean, you will know what the Vilnar stuff are, right? Before the banner goes away, I'm pretty sure, right? When does it go away? Goes away on the 9th. Yeah, I mean the Vilnar units might already like be out by then, so not too much of a banner you really want to go for. So, anyways, that's been this one, I guess. Hope you all enjoyed, guys. Think in the comments below. Like this for more master content, I guess, all that stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one.